What's going on, guys? This is Danny from Slow Restoration, and today a lot of people were asking when I coated the OBS how to spray this Raptor liner, and we're not jumping on full steam, but we are going to do a little bit to the Lsxtreme. We have the bed set up outside, cleaned up. We're going to coat the bottom side of it and get it ready for the final bodywork and paint on the top side, but we're going to coat the underside of it, and we're just going to do it with the black Raptor liner. So here's kind of step-by-step on how to spray this stuff. So obviously the first step is to mix it. We're going to pull the lid off the hardener. It's got a little pull tab here. Definitely wear gloves and watch your eyes, because these things sometimes pop off and spit. So let's get this out of here. There we go. It's just a little pull tab. We'll set that aside. And now we're going to open up the container of Raptor liner itself. Tells you how much to put in, but there's kind of a fill line, so the bottle actually has a line there at the top by my thumb, and we're going to fill it up to about that level. You can look on the inside. You can't really see it from the outside. It doesn't have to be exact either. So we're going to add the hardener to it, and don't do this until you're ready to spray, but we're definitely ready to spray. So add the hardener to about that line. We'll put the lid back on that for now. We'll put the lid on this, and here's what where a little bit of effort comes in. We gotta shake this thoroughly. Make sure your lid's on good and tight, and we're just gonna shake and mix this up. If you have a paint shaker, that works really, really well. We don't have one here, so we're just gonna shake this up by hand. Spin it around a couple times. Just make sure that's all thoroughly mixed. And we have our gun set up here. We never unhooked it from last time we sprayed this stuff. This is ready to go. Once we get that mixed up good, we'll take the lid off, put this on, hook our air up to it, and we're ready to spray. And we're just out here doing crazy things. Got this Lsxtreme bed suspended on the tractor. I wasn't sure if it was going to balance out or not, but I'm working by myself, so that's all we got. We're going to put it over here on this cardboard, and we're going to coat the underside of this. Just going to move nice and slow here so it doesn't swing. Get it into position. Try and drop it down without damaging anything. It still needs painted, obviously, so we're not really worried about scratching it, really. I mean, I don't want to make more work for myself, but you know, if it gets a little scuff on it, it's no big deal. It still has to be blocked down and primered and painted. So let's see if we can get this down without hurting it too much. I think we're touching in the back here. Yep. Might pull that back a little bit. There we go. See if we can keep it about there. Nice and easy. Nice. Get that unhooked. Lift up off that a little bit. Pull these hooks out. We might end up, as we're coating it, hooking this back up and lifting that a little bit so we can get down on the bottom side of these rails. But we'll get what we can coat it. Of course, we're going to blow it off, get rid of all the cobwebs and dust, wipe it down real quick, and then we'll get coating. Once we have this mixed up good, we're just going to take the lid off. We're going to screw this right onto the bottle. We'll get that screwed on, and then I'll set you up, and I'll start showing you how it sprays, and then we'll just do a time lapse of doing the rest of it, because it's kind of boring after you want to see how it's done. We are going to use a respirator. We are outside with fresh air, but it never hurts to be safe, so we're going to wear a respirator as we do it, and we'll get the air hooked up, and we're not going to worry about taping all this off either, because like I said, we need to do sand, prime, and block. So we're not going to try and get any overspray, but any little bit of overspray we do get, we'll sand off once it dries. All right, see if I can spray in one hand and hold the GoPro in the next. There we go.
hopefully you can hear me through this mask. So kind of the speed that you move it and your air pressure has a lot to do with the texture. We'll show you. I don't want to mess it up, but if you hold it there a little longer, go a little slower, you'll get a little more build to it. Nice overlapping pattern. You want good coverage. Once I go one way, I like to just quickly go back the other way. Make sure it evens out color-wise and coverage-wise. But that's basically it. So let me set you up for time-lapse and we'll finish this up. Alright guys, we hooked the tractor up and got the last little bit underneath all the rails. Made sure we had it nice and even. Now let's get this thing back inside and we'll let it sit and cure up real good, but it really does a nice job. It's a nice durable coating. The blotchiness will go away as it dries. Let's get this thing inside and let it down. Got the bed moved back inside here, so now we'll just let that cure up real good. It's looking really good. Just makes a nice fresh look. We'll tape all the underside off when we paint the outside so it doesn't get oversprayed. But that's about as good as it's gonna look, I think. Got the frame pulled out here, project Lsxtreme. We're gonna get it cleaned up here quick. Move stuff around the garage. Make some more room, sweep everything up while it's out, and yeah, just get this thing cleaned up. It's just got dust. It's just dusty. It's not really dirty, it's just got some dust settled down on it. So we'll get it sprayed off here quick, get it wiped down, and get it looking like something again. We might as well soap it up here too and make it really nice. We want this far on it. Who else washes their frame with soap and water? Well, I will say one thing, it did clean up pretty nice. Like I said, it was just kind of dusty, but definitely a lot shinier than it just was. Let's get it back inside. Well, let's dry it off a little bit and we'll get it back inside and put it away for right now. Like I said though, there are updates coming on this truck, and we just we had to move some stuff around and clean it up, and we did get the bed coated too, which is one step closer. Would really like to get back and get, like I say, get the body painted. This chassis is ready for the body to be reinstalled, and we just need to get that done. We got it back inside, everything's cleaned and pretty much dried off. We don't want to just let water sit on it and rust anything that's not supposed to be. Most of it's painted and or stainless, but still, got it pretty much dried off. We got kind of hugged over here close to the Turbo GMC, but we still have enough room to get this in and out if we need to. So yeah, got some stuff moved around. Like I said, I definitely want to get back on this and really want to get this finished. We have a lot of time, energy, and a lot of interest in this, with me being one of the big interests. I really like this project, but we just got so many other jobs that are coming and going, and we got to take care of them as they come. But we're very thankful we had some really decent weather. It's end of December, almost end of the year here in Pennsylvania, and it's up and down as far as weather, but it was beautiful today. So we got this thing washed up, cleaned up, and it's looking really good again. And in addition, we did get this bed over here. As you can see, it's nice and dry now, at least dry enough to touch. So we might even get this thrown back on that bed or that chassis for right now to kind of get it out of the way and give us something to look at, maybe give us some motivation to get that finished. But yeah, this is a really nice product. That Raptor liner goes on nice. It's very durable.
Oh yeah, we got some torque converters in now. Definitely check out Yank Converters, Performance Converters. They make some really awesome products. That is what's in the Turbo GMC, and that's also what we're putting in the new Turbo GMC build, and it's also going on the C10. Not this, but the intake's going on the C10. It's got a 4L65 in it, but they also supply a converter for that. They also package these things extremely well. The cap came off, but look at that beauty in there. It does come with a new torque converter limiting valve spring. They recommend doing that modification. I actually forgot about that from before, but they do supply that with directions on how to do it. Let's get this converter out and take a peek at it. There's no question what it is. They got it labeled right on there. They got their sticker on the back here too. It's a whole billet back plate, 6 bolts, and they include the bolts with it too. Drop this down without dropping it. See inside there, very, very nice converters, balanced. I think this is around a 10-inch for the 4L ADE, but this one is slightly higher stall than mine. Mine's a 3200. This one mine's a little bit tight, so we went with a 3400 on this one and see how much difference that makes. I can always pull mine back out of my truck and have it restalled, but we'll see how much that 200 RPM makes on this one, and we'll go from there. But a very, very nice piece. They're not, I wouldn't call them cheap, but they're definitely worth the money. Converter means a lot for performance. Let me say that again. A converter means a lot for performance, and a good converter is a lot better performance. You want something that's going to hold together, it's going to last, and these things last. They're good for 1200 rear wheel horsepower, I believe. 1200 is more than we're ever going to make on this truck, so definitely a quality converter. Their sticker pretty much says it all, guys.
So there you go, quick little update on Project Lsxtreme. It is still here. We are going to get back on and finish it, but thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.